Hey guys, Psycho Revolution here, and I want to talk to you today about the existence of ghosts. Now, the other night, I went ghost hunting at my friend's house, because he claimed there were haunting experiences occurring in his house, and he wanted to bring a group of people over to sit in his basement alone while it's being recorded with video and audio, as you sat down there alone and talked to the spirit that may or may not be there. At the end of the night, after reviewing all the tapes and audio, my opinion was it was pretty inconclusive. However, my friend would tell you that we found evidence, but I don't really agree with that. I would definitely classify myself as a non-believer in ghosts, and I've got good reasons why. Throughout my years, I've gathered knowledge and information from people, and I've developed my theory of ghosts. Now, I believe there are three types of people in this world when it comes to ghosts. Number one are people who can actually experience and communicate with spirits beyond our means. What I mean by that is that some people are born with the ability to see ghosts or have haunting experiences felt by themselves. And then the second type of person is the person that isn't born that way, but they believe that ghosts occur and are around them, and they mistake every little sound and whatnot. They can, if they really want to, they can make it into a ghost because they believe and they want to believe. And the third person is like me, and they don't believe in ghosts, and they usually take the side of, well, it was just a sound. That doesn't mean anything. And these people also have had no haunting-like experiences happen to them. Thus, they don't believe. And I think this whole theory of three types works out pretty well. Because the first type that are born with the ability to experience ghosts, I got that from my high school psychology teacher, who I thought was pretty credible. And he told us lots of stories of weird things that happened to him, and he believed in ghosts. And he told about his dead relatives talking to him, and people pushing on him in bed and whatnot. And I tend to sort of believe it, because he had a lot of stories. And if anyone, in fact, could experience or see ghosts, I should have experienced ghosts before. I'm a prime target for haunting, okay? This isn't a lie. I have 2 dead children buried in my backyard. They're from the 1800s, and they died on the journey west from some disease. So I have 2 deceased children by a big oak tree with a swing on it in my backyard. It doesn't get much creepier than that. When it's at night, and that swing is creaking back and forth with the tombstones out there. Okay? There's a grave in my backyard. And I have not experienced any haunting to speak of. One time one of my neighbors came over, and they said when they were little, they actually went up to the tombstone, and as soon as they touched it, it was a clear day, and lightning came down from the sky. Now that's kind of a skeptical story, but at the same time, they weren't dreaming, they were conscious, it was daytime, they were outside, so maybe it was a coincidence, maybe the weather was bad, and they just construed it to say it was a clear day and it was many years ago, but whatever. But even if it isn't true, it still holds some sort of grounds, if you know what I mean. Most people tend to not just make shit up off the top of their head. Something had to have occurred. Just like Sasquatch, you can't disprove Sasquatch because you can't prove him either. So therefore, there's always going to be people that believe. And if you let yourself get into that state of mind in which you believe in Sasquatch, you can manufacture evidence, facts, anything about Sasquatch because you're going to believe it because you want to. And when we were hunting at my friend's house, I wanted something to happen. I wanted that cool experience of a quiet voice or a tap on the shoulder or something. I wanted to be haunted, and it didn't happen. And I went down there twice. Once with my girlfriend for 5 minutes, once by myself for 5 minutes. And we had a tiny little LED flashlight hanging above us just to light for the camera. And in mine, in the last minute, I turned off the light, hoping that something would happen. And nothing did. I was just talking to myself in darkness in someone else's house. So, at the end of the day, I think there's 3 types of people. People that actually can experience ghosts, people that believe in ghosts, and people that don't believe in ghosts. And where you fit in there, I don't know. You're going to have to tell for yourself. Or you think this is total BS, and this hypothesis is retarded. Anyway, Let me know what you think in the comments. And other than that, just do one thing for me. Stay frickin' sexy.